Falling Off the Financial Cliff is the title of a policy report from National University Institute for Policy Research. The brief warns if Congress can't agree on how to extend the Bush-era tax cuts set to expire in January, San Diego will lose nearly $6 billion. Here to help put the warning in context is Carl Luna, political science professor at Mesa College, and Erik Bruvold, president of National University System Institute for Policy Research. Thank you both for being here. Erik, I have to ask you, before we get to the specifics of what this actually is, how did you gather the data? What was the data that you gathered for this projection?
Sure. We looked at federal spending, both defense and non-defense in San Diego County, and then we looked at San Diego incomes and how that's sort of distributed out in the region. We built a model for how the taxes would apply, and then we calculated out those impacts in defense, non-defense, and the expiration of the tax cuts and what it would mean for San Diego.
Specific to this region.
Absolutely.
Carl, give us a breakdown of the tax provisions that are set to expire.
Basically, the entire Bush tax cut of the double aughts is going to go away. You're going to see a change in capital gains. All income levels will see their taxes go up, and it's going to be pain across the board.
And Erik, so the report warns that San Diego will actually kind of be pushed into either another recession or go back into a deep recession again. Explain that number-wise. How come?
Sure. So we in our region, we grew our economy last year, grew about somewhere between $6 to $7 billion. In direct impact from falling off the cliff would be about an impact of somewhere between 4.3 and $5.9 billion, but that doesn't include any of the multipliers that economists typically look at as money circulates throughout the economy. So we'd be looking at probably 20 to 30,000 in terms of job losses, probably negative growth for at least 2 quarters, if not 3 quarters in 2013. And it would feel as bad as the financial crisis in 2008 felt in San Diego.
What about specifically for our defense industry here, which is huge? Is that included in those numbers?
Absolutely. So the way the sequestration works is that if they don't reach an agreement by January 1st, there are across-the-board cuts that are going to be made. The president announced that he's going to focus largely on defense contractors, not on salaries and benefits to military personnel. So we estimated the impact in San Diego would be anywhere between $1.1 and $1.7 billion if those sequestration cuts come through.
Getting back to the federal stalemate that sort of was put into place, Carl, how was this tax code set up, and is this expiration date negotiable?
Well, anything's negotiable at some point if they make a new decision and it's passed into law. Right now, to raise the debt ceiling, they made a pact with the devil that if they did not work out substantial reductions in the deficit by January 1st of next year, automatic cuts, sequestration of spending, tax cuts go away and taxes go up. All that was supposed to happen. And now with that gun to their head, they figured that would make them actually make a deal. There's a possibility they may take the bullet.
Yeah, they're certainly not going to do it, I think you said, before the election. But do you think a last-minute deal?
You could see them let the tax cuts expire on Jan 1 and then come up with some last-minute deal. That could fall apart. They're playing a kind of a tightrope game here, and somebody's jumping up and down on the tightrope. So it's going to be a questionable outcome. Which side's going to blink? Will they make some sort of a compromise? This Congress is not like compromise.
Let's get down to what's important for viewers here. I'll ask you first, and then you, Carl. What are we likely to experience if this expires come January 2nd, the average family in San Diego?
Well, the first thing San Diegan families will notice is that they will have more money withheld from their taxes as the IRS puts new tax withholding tables into place. If you work for defense contractors, you'll probably see an immediate slowdown. You may see that before the first of the year as people start to anticipate. And then as that ripples through the economy, it's really going to impact every San Diegan, from those in the upper 2% that are going to be paying higher income taxes to people who are running a corner grocery who are going to see less customers come to their store.
What about you, Carl? Where do you see the impact coming to individual households in San Diego?
Well, you're going to reduce discretionary spending. These are going to be coming into place right after the holidays, so people may be easing off on their holiday shopping, and that's going to hurt things. It's going to hurt government because you're not going to get as much money coming to local government, to state government. The pain is going to be everywhere.
Okay, well, there's a lot more about this on our website. We've run out of time. Erik Bruvold and Carl Luna, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy.